Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, my YouTube viewers. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome, 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 my people on TikTok. Welcome, my people here on the YouTube. Hey, how are we doing? Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Until time with the queen. Okay? I'm a queen. You ain't got a queen. For the peace, if you ain't for the game, if you ain't got me. High key. Both high key. But it ain't gon' lean. You should know better. Knows better. For my future granddaughter. I'm a queen, I'm a queen, I'm a queen. If he ain't got me. I'm a queen, I'm a queen, I'm a queen. Give me everything. I'm a queen, I'm a queen, I'm a queen. He ain't got me. I'm a queen, I'm a queen, I'm a queen. Give you what I want, yeah, give me everything. Welcome, 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 queens. Tap in with your crowns, queens. Tap in with your crowns. Welcome, kings. Tap in with your crowns. Welcome to Auntie Time with Queen Sabirna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday. This is the first Sunday in May, so I hope we are looking to have a positive and productive, prosperous month in May. Okay, so we're going to get into it, kings and queens. As you know, I go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Tapping in with Auntie Time, where I share travel tips and tricks, single mom dating topics, celebrity tea time, and I let you know how to save that money on your monthly grocery bills and just household items. Okay, kings and queens. So tap in, share the live, like the live. If you know someone who needs this information, please let them know to tap in. So we gonna get into it. As I let y'all know, each and every Sunday, baby, John Sales and Annie Mae Curry birthed me. The Pueblo del Rio housing projects in Los Angeles, California raised me. Tennessee State University educated me, and those are the three components that have emerged me into the queen that I am today. Thank you, everyone who has tapped in. Make sure that we share the live and we like the live. As I always let you know, if you do not know me, get to know me. I have been an auntie since the age of 7. So before I was, after I was someone's daughter and sister, the next title I had was auntie at the age of 7. So I definitely know what it means to be an auntie, hence Auntie Time with Queen Sabirna. So let's go ahead and get into it so I can help y'all save that money. So last week, and I always do a recap of what I spoke about the previous week, so that just in case you missed a little bit of the jewels that I'm dropping, I give you a reminder. Like I said, kings and queens, make sure we are tapping that screen, and we are sharing the live. Okay, so last week I talked about when we are grocery shopping, let's make a budget for each category that you are shopping for. So, say for example, hey, my budget is I want to spend $150, maybe $200 when I go to the grocery store. So I'm going to break down that $150 to $200 budget in subcategories. Okay, so those subcategories would be me breaking down, hey, I'm going to spend about $50, $60 on some meat and fish. Then I'm going to spend maybe about another $25 on my fresh fruit and vegetables. Then I'm going to spend maybe $25 on some drinks and water, and then I may spend like another like $50 on like miscellaneous items such as maybe condiments or some cheese or some milk, things like that. So how you save that money is by just simply creating a budget so that we're not going over that budget when we are going to the store. And if you see me, kings and queens in TikTok, looking to my right, it may be your left, I'm still engaging with my actual YouTube audience as well. Okay. So, topic for the day. Okay. I always talked about, hey, little Jack. I always talked about you guys. How to save money by using like coupons and things like that, whether it's digital coupons, whether it's store coupons and things like that. Okay. So we have to know how to combine those coupons with manufacturer coupons. Okay. People, the companies who actually own what we are buying. Okay. Do we know who own what we are buying? Pretty sure we don't. So, for example, who is P&G? Do we know who P&G is? Hey, it is Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble, okay? They own brands like Pampers, okay? Loves, okay? Charmin, okay? Always, Bounty, Tide, Downy, Dawn, Febreze, Pantene, Head and Shoulders, Oral B, Vicks, Gillette, Venus, Elf, Eyes, Lips, and Face. They own these brands, right? So these are things aside from groceries that we spend money on. Everybody needs toilet tissue. Everybody needs some shavers. Everybody needs shampoo. And if you definitely have a baby, guess what? You need them Pampers, that love and that and them Pamper brand. So what we can do is go specifically to Procter and Gamble's website and get their manufacturer coupons. Okay, that way. Thank you, Lavish K, for joining the live. Make sure that we are tapping that screen and liking the live and sharing it as well. Okay, so make sure that we go to the Procter and Gamble website and we are downloading their printable coupons. We are getting their digital coupons, okay? Because in addition to using your manufacturer's coupon, okay, you're going to be using the coupons and the deals that are already given to you in your store, your local HEB, your local Kroger, your local Walmart, okay? So that is an additional way to save money. So let me give you another company that you may not know the brands that they have. Let's talk about Kraft Heinz Company. So they own, of course, Kraft macaroni and cheese, all the Heinz ketchup products, the 57 Heinz. They own Oscar Mayer. They own Ore-Ida, the potato people, right? They own ABC. They own Capri Sun. They own the Classico, the sauces, the spaghetti sauces, the Alfredo sauces. They own Lunchable brand. They own Velveeta. They own Jello. They own Philadelphia cream cheese. They own Maxwell House coffee. They own Grey Poupon mustard. So we have to know who is owning the items that we are buying so that we can go directly to that manufacturer's website and get manufacturer coupons because those savings are in addition to your store savings. Okay, so that's how we maximize and double our savings and our money. Okay, another company, everybody knows this company, Frito-Lay. Okay, Frito-Lay also is in conjunction with Pepsi. So PepsiCo. So I know if y'all drink Pepsi, a lot of people like Pepsi, especially Black people versus Coke. Okay. They also own Mountain Dew. But Frito-Lay owns, of course, Lay's, Doritos, Cheetos, of course, Fritos. They own Sun Chips. They own Tostitos, all of the salsa. They own Cracker Jack. They own Grandma's Cookies. They own Spitz, the sunflower seeds, They own Ruffles. They own Miss Vicky's. And they also own Road Gold, which is the pretzel brand. So if you guys are purchasing any of these items, please be aware that these manufacturers have Coupons. Okay, so we don't want to miss out on any money. So if you were walking in the street and you seen a $5 bill on the ground, baby, you gonna pick it up. Okay, you're not gonna pass that up. So why are we passing up money that they're giving us on their websites? Go to the actual website and get the coupon. Thank you, everyone who is on the live. Make sure we are sharing that live and tapping that screen. Okay, so Flowers Food is another company, okay? Let's talk about who they own. They own Nature's Own Bread. They own Dave's Killer Bread. They own um Wonder Bread. They own Tasty Cakes. They own Mrs. Freshly's. They own Sunbeam, and they own Home Pride Bread and Bunny Bread. Okay. So if you use any of those brands, okay, go to flowerfood.com. Okay, and get their coupons, get their savings. Okay, and also you can also write these people: Procter and Gamble, Frito Lay, Flowers Food. You can write them and say, hey, I am a loyal shopper. I love your brand of food. Guess what they're going to do? Show you some appreciation. They're going to send you some coupons in the mail, maybe send you something to get a free bread or something like that. So, hey, each and everything helps. Okay. You got to know where you can get the money from. Okay. If you want to be able to use it. So, those are the things that we can do. So, we need to make sure that we are going to the manufacturer's website and we know who owns the food and brands that we are buying. Okay, kings and queens. So, let's get into the next topic. We always talk about this dating, right? This single mom dating, baby. Like I told y'all, it was hard out here for a pimp when I was a single mother dating. Okay. So last week we talked about how do we know when it is okay or when it is safe to leave your child with your man or with your girlfriend, whatever you got going on in your life. Now, your partner will tell you if they feel comfortable watching your child. So that's the first things first, okay? You have to gauge, is the partner comfortable with watching the child? Second thing, the child is going to tell you if they are comfortable and want to stay with that person, okay? They will let you know, like, hey, oh, mother, is such and such coming over, or can we go to their house? They're going to let you know if they feel comfortable. Maybe you guys are going to your man or your girlfriend's house, and then your child like, hey, I want to stay here with Tyrone, or I want to stay here with Cynthia. Hey, that child is letting you know, I am comfortable with this person, okay? But hey, we don't just leave our child with our partner because we are comfortable with the partner, okay? Our feelings and us being comfortable with our partner has nothing to do with the child being comfortable with your partner or your partner being comfortable with your child, right? So that's the first thing that we have to make sure as a mother. Is our child comfortable and safe? Okay. The second thing I talked about last week was once we are safe with our partner watching our child, hey, we got to set them disciplinary boundaries, right? We got to let them know what is okay for you to do. When my child is in your presence, okay? Is it okay to discipline them? Maybe put them in the corner, maybe give them a little pow pow on the hand or on the butt. You have to let your partner know what is okay. Because if you do not let them know what your boundaries are, and then they go outside of your boundaries, then guess what? Then it's a problem. Okay. Like I shared with y'all last week, it was a little something going around viral on Facebook where the father left the child in the care of the stepmother, right? So the stepmother called the father, like, hey, your child is not listening. What can I do? The father gave authorization for the stepmom, or rather, a better choice of word is girlfriend, to discipline, hit the child. Okay. The child went home and told the mother, oh, such and such, my daddy girlfriend hit me. Now, The mother approached the girlfriend regarding the disciplinary action, which, in my opinion, was the wrong thing to do. You should have spoken to the father of your child to see what happened. And then once that father of the child let you know that he gave permission for his girlfriend to discipline the child, then the conversation would have continued with the father. It has nothing to do with the girlfriend because she was only doing within her boundaries of what her partner told her was okay. Now, if you, the mother, are not okay with your father of your child's significant other disciplining your child, that is a conversation for you and the father of your child so that you are on the same page of what's going on. Because I had that same situation in my life, okay? The father of my child, okay, had a whole fiance, a whole wife, this, that, and the third, that baby, she knew my boundaries and he knew my boundaries too. That baby, not a damn person puts their finger or even blows in my child face, okay, unless it is me or her father. So that was a boundary that was set. So I know that if my child came home and told me, hey, my daddy's wife whooped me, baby, guess what, I'm on the 5 o'clock news, okay? Because what I don't do is play about minds. When I say what I say and what's going on and my expectations for my child, that's what it is. So in that case, that mother should have set the correct expectation, okay, for what she expected, right? So that's what I talked about last week. Now, let's get into this topic for this week, okay? Now, we have, as men and women, we have expectations, right, of how we want our person to treat us, what we want them to do for us, and things like that. Hey, Black Queen, for joining. Go ahead. Thank you for joining. Make sure we're tapping that live and sharing the live. Okay. Expectations that we have for our partner, right? Sometimes they don't know nothing about these expectations. These are things that we have all in our own mind, right? Of what we want them to do. We have in our mind how we might want them to treat us, how we want them to love us. That is an expectation that we have. Hold on, guys. It's looking like making sure that I'm trying to see why my phone is not charging here. Hold on here. Gonna make sure this is going how it needs. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so how some expectations we have can be sometimes, oh, we want our man to open the door for us. We want them to rub our feet. We want them to run our bath water. We want them to tell us thank you if we make them a plate, and we want them to go take out the trash. These are things and expectations that we have in our own mind. These are, our love language of how we want to be loved. Okay. But we have to be able to communicate what we want to them, right? And how do we communicate what we want, what our love language is to them? We have to tell them what it is, but we also have to know and understand their love language, okay? Because it's not just about us. So I'm talking about these love languages. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them before, but there are 5 types of love languages. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. So, one of them is called acts of service. Okay. Meaning that actions speak louder than words. Okay. That is one of my love languages. Okay. You can tell me all day that you love me. That don't mean nothing to me because you're telling me that you love me. Okay. Show me that you love me with an action. Okay. Like for me, I like to take a bath every Friday, especially on the first Friday of the month. I like to take a bath. I like to put my crystals around the bathtub, and I like to love on myself. Okay. So I have made it clear and evident to my partner, hey, I would definitely appreciate if you would run my bath water. Okay. I cannot assume that this man knows that I want him to run my bath water. But once I let you know and I set that expectation for you, then now I can expect it because I have communicated that to you that I like when you run my bath water. That is something that I appreciate, right? Second love language, receiving gifts. Okay. Some women like to spend that bag on them, buy them a purse, buy them some shoes, buy them some, perfume, buy some earrings, buy a little jewelry. Some people like that type of stuff. That is like, oh, he loves me. He got this for me. That does nothing for me. You can buy me a purse. You can buy me earrings. You can buy me a house. That does nothing for me. To me, that's just you buying and doing what you're supposed to do. That does nothing for me. It may does something for you, but it does nothing for me in my heart. Okay. Third one, quality time. Now, that's another one of my love languages. Spend time with me. I don't care if we at home and we just watching a movie. Spend time with me, because spending time to me with your partner is allowing us to continuously get to know each other on a different level. And like I shared with y'all before, y'all be walking around here talking about some, oh yeah, I know my partner, me and this person been together for X amount of months, X amount of years. I know this person, this, that, and the third. This is how you know if you know that person. If that person died today, can you write their entire obituary without calling their mama or their daddy and asking them some information? Because I'm telling you right now, I can't do it for mine. If mine's passed away today, baby, I'm calling the mama. Okay, and I'm gonna say, excuse me, I need a little bit of information. Now I know he's from Natchez, okay, I don't know everything about him. I don't know what elementary school he went to. I don't know all the siblings. I don't know all the aunts and uncles. Okay, it's still things that I need to know. So if you cannot sit down and write your partner's obituary without calling anyone in their family, then you still got a lot to learn. Okay, that means you still need to know that person. Because I know, guess what? When my daddy passed away, baby, Auntie May Curry Sales wrote that obituary. She ain't need to call nobody. She ain't called no mama. She ain't called no daddy, because I mean they were deceased anyway. So baby, she could write that obituary because she knew her husband. She knew my father. So if you cannot do that, baby, you don't know that person. Next love language, words of affirmation. Okay, words of affirmation does nothing for me. You tell me, oh, I'm beautiful. You tell me, thank you. Oh, I like it. It sounds cute, but it doesn't really do anything to my heart. It's appreciated when you do it, but does it really do anything to my heart? It doesn't. Now, my partner, yes. Words of affirmation, that is his love language. Okay, baby. If I say, oh, I miss you, baby gonna light up. If I tell baby, oh, thank you for cleaning the bathroom. Thank you for putting up the dishes. Oh, baby gonna light up. Okay, words of affirmation, that is his love language. Okay, yes, it is. Now, last one, physical touch. Okay, that is my love language, and that is his love language. Okay. We like to be touched. Okay. And we're not talking about sexual type of things. It's just, hey, maybe when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, you walk behind me and you give me a little kiss on my neck or something like that. Acknowledgement. What they call, just being in love with somebody, being able to touch them, okay? Physical touch, okay, is my love language. So you have to get to know your partner's love language, okay? Because it shows that you actually care about them. If you don't know your partner's love language, how do we find that out? Do we have to take the what is your love language test? No, we do not. Okay. You have to pay attention to how they are loving you. How did I figure out that my partner's love language was words of affirmation? Because that's what he always do to me. So because he does that to me, I say, okay, this is what he likes. They can only show you their love language. So you have to recognize how that person is loving on you. Then you know what their love language is. Okay. So Let's see. Any questions about that? Any comments? Make sure we put them in the comments, kings and queens. Let me know what y'all think about that, okay? So, next topic, traveling. Okay. I always share with y'all travel tips and tricks, right? Always, always, always. So, last time I talked about that when you are taking a flight, how do we get, maybe a little bit of free upgrade? Simply by asking. Now we ain't talking about if you're flying on Spirit or Frontier or Southwest. They don't have no place for you to upgrade. You get what I'm saying? But if we're flying maybe Delta, American Airlines, United, then it doesn't hurt to say, hey, it's my birthday. I'm going to Miami. Can a queen get a free upgrade, complimentary upgrade? They can only say yes or no. So you have to put yourself in it to be able to win it. Make it make sense. Another thing I told you guys, when we are staying at these hotels, why are we not taking all of the toiletries? Because you pay for them. And secondly, the toiletries at the hotel are exactly the size that you need to be able to get on a plane with a carry-on. The shampoo, the conditioner, the lotion, they are all the size that is airport travel size, right? So this is why we want to take those toiletries. Okay, we're not taking them because maybe we like them. We're taking them, number one, because we pay for them, and number two, because guess what? They are, like I said, travel size. Okay, make things make sense. Okay, so let's get into the topic of today. Okay, when we travel and we are traveling, does that mean that we have to leave the country? No. There are thousands and thousands of places to go in the United States. You do not have to leave the country to go on a vacation, a staycation, whatever type of vacation you're trying to do. Okay, figure out something that may be cheap and close. You maybe could drive to, you maybe can catch the bus to, maybe catch a train to. You don't necessarily always have to take a flight. So keep in mind that traveling does not mean catching a flight. Traveling just means getting up and going. Okay. Now, is it okay to travel alone? Of course. Why not? Okay. It's sometimes much cheaper to travel alone. Okay. You know why? Because you're doing what you want to do. You're doing it on your budget. You're not paying to go and do things that someone else wants to do. Okay. You can pick the food that you want to eat. And even when you're making your arrangements for where you're going to stay, guess what? You don't have to stay somewhere that's super huge. It's just you. So the accommodations are just for you. So it is okay to travel by yourself. Okay. Make it make sense, right? So, um, any questions, comments, concerns about that? Make sure we're putting it in the comment section. We're sharing and liking the live. So that was that for the travel. Now let's get into this celebrity tea time. As I always say, we're going to always have to pay homage to Wendy Williams. She was the queen of spilling tea. But when her cup ran over, baby had hit that deck on the floor. So we're going to always pay homage to the queen bee herself, Wendy Williams, baby, because she always spilled that tea and it was good. But like I say, I always share two kings or queens that I would love to meet, have a conversation with, right? I tell you about two questions that I would love to ask them. Sometimes these people are already deceased. Sometimes these people are living. Okay. Last week I talked about wanting to have a conversation with Forrest Whitaker and Denzel Washington. So anybody knows who those people are, they know where they're at. Let them know. Hey, I would love to talk to you. Did share with y'all that I did meet Forrest Whitaker once upon a time in my life. Okay. So today, okay, the first person, baby, Whitney Houston. R.I.P. to the queen. Okay, to the queen herself. Now, Whitney, I believe I first came to know you from I Want to Dance with Somebody, that song. I want to feel the heat with somebody. But you know what, Whitney, I'm lying. I'm lying, Whitney, I'm lying. I first came to know you from the song The Greatest Love of All. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. You know how I know that song? Winter Weeks, who is now Winter Bryce, okay? My cousin sung that song at her school, sung that song at the family talent show for many, many years, sung that song whenever, whomever somebody told her to sing the song, okay? Baby sung the song. So, the greatest love of all, baby, I know that song front to back, Whitney, okay? Then you came with, baby, the movie That Bodyguard with Kevin Costner, baby. And you hit us with I'll Always Love You. And you had everybody who could sing and couldn't sing trying to hit that note. Okay, because baby, you was sitting in that chair in that video, and baby, I don't know how you was hitting them notes sitting down. Okay, them is the type of notes that you need to stand up and let them lungs breathe. But baby, you was sitting in that chair, and now remember that mouth just moving like and die. You was hitting it, Whitney. Okay, because I can't do it. I ain't no Whitney. I am not a Whitney. Okay, so then this is what took us all out. You done got with Bobby Brown. And we said, now what is Whitney doing with Bobby Brown? And then y'all done came out with your song, Oh, We Got Something in Common. Now, at that time, we didn't know what was in common was that cocaine and the women. We did not know that, okay? We later found out that that was what y'all had in common, that y'all both was on the coca, okay? We did not know, but we found out, because Whitney, and everybody know, when you was at the BET Awards and you got on up that stage accepting that award, face sweating, okay, you're looking like you're about 92 pounds, okay, up there talking about some, you better lay low. Whitney, we knew something was wrong when you did that on that BET Awards, and I ain't even gonna lie. We knew something was wrong, okay? Now, what I knew something was really wrong, Whitney, was when you was doing that reality show with Bobby Brown and having all them dang children there. And on that reality show, it just seemed like you always was wearing glasses. Like you was like, what the heck is going on here? Okay, like you was like in a movie. Okay. But what really took us out is that when we heard you was messing with Ray to the J. Whitney, come on. What was going on there? So my question to you, Whitney, okay, to me, your music was always universal, meaning for everyone. White, black, Asian, um, Latino, it was universal. It showed no color lines. Okay. But my question to you was, did you ever feel did you ever feel any pressure to do like a urban ballad, something that was just relatable to us, to the culture, to the people, Whitney? Did you ever feel that that was something that you needed to do? And if not, why not? Okay. Second question. What attracted you to Bobby Brown and Ray J? Now I can see Bobby. I can see he was a little bad boy. Bobby did, he looked a little bit okay back in the day when he was, first coming out of New Edition. He was all right. Bobby looked okay. But as over the years, Bobby didn't look like the same Bobby. Okay. Bobby didn't look like the Bobby that the women was throwing their panties on the stage to him. So I get maybe Bobby. But Ray J was almost, you was old enough to be like his mother. So I really wanted to know, like, where did that come from? What was the thought process, Whitney? And I know you probably would have had something slick to say, because Whitney, what people don't know is, baby, Whitney had a mouth on her, because, baby, you had an interview with Wendy Williams, baby, where you let her know when she told you that you was on drugs or something, baby. Whitney told her, baby, you got her twisted. So y'all look up that interview. Now, second queen, I would love to have a conversation with Tony Braxton, baby. Okay. Now, baby, I came to know you from Love Should Have Brought you home last night. You should have been with me, singing my. Okay. Now, that was from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, Tony Braxton. And what I later found out from watching your little biopic, baby, that was supposed to be Anita Baker. Okay. Anita Baker gave you that song, Tony. That's what I found out. Okay. Did not know, but I found out. Okay. Then you was making us high. Remember, you had on that little white jumpsuit up in there with that little hair. You had to went from the short to the long hair. Boy, I really want this. All that, you making me high, Tony. I said, okay, Tony, you done did that. But then what took us out? You hadn't had all these singles, all these songs, and this that, and the third. Then you done went on Oprah talking about some you filing for bankruptcy. We were confused, and so was Oprah, because when you was on that show, Oprah, you got offended because Oprah said, well, baby, if you was so bankrupt and you didn't have no money, why is you sitting up here in your house? I think you had some Tiffany or Versace flatware, and flatware is what the rich people call, spoons and forks, if you guys didn't know that. So, anywho, you had that flatware and you was upset that Oprah said, well, baby, why you didn't sell none of that stuff? And you was like, excuse me? But, that was just a moment, and I ain't going to say Oprah, my best friend, Tony, because she ain't. But yeah, she offended you when she asked you how you had that expensive flatware, and you talking about some you bankrupt. You shouldn't have sold that. So, but what really surprised us, you know, and this was after, the Braxton's Family Values came on, because, baby, that's what done put you back on the map. And according to your biopic, you didn't even want to do this reality show with your siblings. But the funny thing, Tony, is the Braxton Family Values actually put you back on the map, because you was getting ready to fall off. I don't know if you knew that, but you were getting ready to fall off. And actually, your siblings, seeing your mom, and things like that, is what really the fans was like, okay, Tony, you really down to earth, you real. We really are getting to know you. We got an inside look on your struggles with lupus. We got to see how you are taking care of one of your children who was diagnosed with autism. So that show actually helped you, Tony. It actually really painted you in a positive manner. But what took us out, though, on that show, and it was taking your family out too, is that you was talking about you was engaged to Birdman, okay? When he said put some respect on his name. Now, Birdman don't come from me, because I'm gonna tell you this, okay? You and Tony Braxton don't fit together, okay? All that does is tell us, baby, Tony, baby, you must got a little bit of hood in you, or you just want a little bit of that money, because Birdman is able to do what you could do, okay? Because I just don't see it. I don't see what you see. We don't see what you see. And guess what? Your family didn't see it either, because Tracy, baby, RIP to the queen, Tracy Braxton, she didn't see it either. And that was your older sister. So what I can always say is, certain things that your family see, baby, recognize, acknowledge it. Okay? Acknowledge it. Now, question for you, Tony B. Okay. Um, I see you, Miss J, over here on My YouTube. I see you on the YouTube, baby. So question, Tony Braxton. If you were given the chance to rewind time, okay, and had the same opportunity, the same question given to you about you going solo and leaving your siblings behind, would you have made the same decision? Why or why not? Because that seemed to be a real issue. And when you made that decision, it seemed that your sisters resented you for that. And we could see that on the show. And even in your biopic, it was like, okay, Tony, you need to do this show because, baby, you left us behind. Even when your sisters came out with the Braxtons, they own little group. I mean, I can't even remember what the song was. I'm going to just be 100% honest. I don't remember. I remember them in a little video looking like they was in vogue. That's what I remember. But I do not remember the song at all. Okay. So their career did not do what yours did. And I think that's what the resentment was, that, they felt as though you guys could have been stronger together. But hey, like they say, sometimes that one person got to make that sacrifice. And I guess it was you, Tony. So, second question. Now, this ain't no shade to you, Tony. This ain't no shade. Has anyone ever told you that when you are singing, Tony, that you sound like you are mumbling a little bit? Because some of your songs, Tony, I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest. I had to listen real hard to really understand what you were saying. Just like in that song you got with Dr. J. Why you calling me your name? Like you sound like you mumbling to me. That may just be your style, Tony. But to me, in my opinion, I had to listen hard and actually look up the lyrics to see what it was that you were saying. Okay. So maybe I'm the first person to ask you that. But has anyone ever told you that you sound like you're mumbling sometimes when you are singing? And that is no shade. It's just a real question, because I'm not here to ask the easy questions. I'm asking real life questions that people want to know. Okay. We want to know. Okay. So those are the two queens that I would love to have a conversation with. Whitney Houston, I know I wouldn't be able to do it, but Tony Braxton, baby, if you are watching or anybody in Tony's camp is watching, tap in with the queen, baby, because I need to know. Okay, I want to ask the question. Okay, I will bring you on, Tony. It ain't no thing, because we share something in common and we can talk about that when we have our conversation. Thank you, Shalom, for joining the live. Make sure we sharing the live and tapping that screen. Okay, so that's what I talked about with you guys for today. And like I always let y'all know, I am here each and every Sunday at 6 p.m. to drop jewels on how to save money on your grocery bill, how to save money when traveling, and to provide you with some dating tips and tricks, okay? Because everybody needs a little bit of help, and that's all I am here to do. I am also going live during the week, and I talk about my parenting issues that I'm having with my 12-year-old daughter. They don't be major, okay? They be little minor little things, but I like to express, my point of view of why I'm parenting the way I'm parenting, what is going on, and to see if you guys may have a little bit of a different parenting style than I do. Maybe you guys can help me out, okay? Because, baby, we don't have no book that says if your child does this, this is what you do. Okay, baby, even if you ask the AI about your parenting situation, baby, they don't have an answer for you. Okay. They don't have an answer for your situation. Okay. I also am a mediator. I am a notary public. Okay. So, and I am an executive business consultant. So during the week, I actually do free 10-minute business consultations for those who want to grow or start their business, or if you have just a simple business question that you may have. Okay. You put it in the type that question in the chat, and I gladly answer the question, right? And people may be asking me why I ain't say nothing about Cinco de Mayo, baby, because Cinco de Mayo is not a real holiday for the Latinos, for the Mexicans. This is an American holiday, baby. I grew up in LA. I grew up in uh I was living in the Pico Union area. So every Cinco de Mayo, baby, they was confused like, why are y'all celebrating Cinco de Mayo? We don't celebrate that. So it ain't nothing but a American made holiday and an excuse for people to go eat tacos and have margaritas. That is it. So I'm acknowledging no Cinco de Mayo because the real Latinos, the real Mexicans, they don't acknowledge no Cinco de Mayo. So why would I? Okay, make it make sense. Okay. So, anywho, if you have any questions about anything that I talked about, please DM me. Please put it in the comments. Like I said, let's find out the people who own the food and products that you are buying and go to those manufacturer websites and get manufacturer coupons so that you can have those additional savings. Okay. So, that wraps up auntie time with the queen for today. Okay, because guess what I have to do? I have to get back to my mother duties. Okay. I hope you guys have a prosperous week, a productive week this week, okay? Because this is the first week in May. This is the first Sunday in May, okay? So I hope that we put out our manifestations, that we put out our goals for the month of May that we have written in down, okay? So that we can get at it and get active with it, okay? Um, Anyone has any questions, I'm going to stay on just for a little bit and answer any questions that you may or may not have. Help me find that king. Oh, I don't want you to touch my body. Why is help me find that young king? My mother has logged on to my YouTube channel. And this is her comment. Let me respond to her in this chat talking about help me find the king. She don't want one. Annie Mae, Annie Mae. That is definitely my mother talking about some help her find the king. See, and what she don't know is I'm gonna bring her on to my live. Y'all definitely gonna have to meet my mother. She is a queen in her own right. Okay. She is definitely a queen in her own right. This is how I became a queen, baby, because you don't know how to be a queen unless you see it, okay, baby? Because my mama was a queen and she still is a queen. You know, I remember just like people asking me, "Oh, why don't you wear tennis shoes or you don't have a lot of tennis shoes?" uh because that's not what I saw growing up. I never saw my mother wear tennis shoes growing up. I saw my mother wear heels. I saw her wear flat, dressy shoes, sandals, but tennis shoes, to me, that's just not feminine. It just wasn't ladylike. So for me, growing up, mimicking, what you see, that's why I don't have a lot of tennis shoes in my closet because that's not what I saw growing up. Okay. So, yeah, but that is all for this week with Auntie Time with Queen Sabrina. I'm happy that my mom joined here on the YouTube. She can go back and watch it and see what is going on. But if anyone has any questions about what I talked about, thank you guys for joining the live. Share the live, like the live, Timothy. Who is this? Brandy 151, and Stephanie Huggins joined the live. Make sure we are tapping that screen, sharing and liking the live. Like I said, I'm going to stay on just for a little bit, so that if you guys have any questions about what I went over, um, and just experience with dating. And like I share with y'all, I had came on the live one time with my partner, and we shared with y'all that what he was incarcerated for 10 years, and we shared with y'all like the struggles that we had with him adjusting, you know, to being incarcerated for 10 years. He was coming with a lot of masculine energy that I was keep having to remind him that, hey, this is a woman that you're talking to. It's no man in here. Like, this ain't the day room. You ain't on the run. You speaking to a feminine woman. So, those are things a lot of women, y'all be here on this TikTok, y'all be looking at these men like, oh yeah, he fine, he this is that and the third, let me shoot my shot. Going to shoot that shot, but you need to be prepared for what is coming with that man mentally, okay, and physically. Now, the mental is the most important part, because if you are not strong mentally yourself, and if you are not stable yourself, and you're trying to get into a situation or a type of relationship with a man who is freshly coming home from jail, guess what? You in for a rude awakening, because your eyes didn't see what your heart gonna feel, okay, and what's gonna happen, because you sitting up there looking with your eyes and lusting after something that you see, because he done had 10 hours a day to work out and get his body right. But guess what? You got to make sure he had got his mental and his brain right, because he's coming to you with all of that. Luckily, my person, he's very big on communication, okay? He is a talker, okay? He will let you know, like I told my family plenty of times, hey, if you don't want to have a conversation or you don't want to talk, please don't open up and spark a conversation with him, because baby is a talker, okay? So we have to be aware of what that person is coming with, okay? And we have to be mindful of certain things that they are dealing with, okay? So something that may be minor to you is like huge for them. So just a small example. um According to him, he's not used to having like an alarm, something just going off every morning, just hearing that. So my alarm going off was like a trigger for him, because he like, well, what is this? I'm not used to phones and alarms going off, right? What he was used to was going to sleep with music and listening to music and stuff. I cannot sleep with no music, okay? I have to be in complete silence, okay? So what did I have to do? He would have that music on while he going to sleep. Soon as I hear him snoring, dozing off, baby, that music is getting turned off. He ain't even noticed that the music is off, okay? But he also had to compromise and have the music on the lower volume, okay, and put it on his side of the bed, because at the same time, it's a compromise, okay? I have to be mindful of what's going on with him. He has to be mindful of what's going on with me, okay? So, yeah, but anywho, that was just a small little tidbit. I was getting a little bit off topic there. But as I say, every Sunday, 6 p.m. Tap in with the Queen so that you can get your jewels on how to save your money, on some travel tips and tricks, some dating tips and tricks. And then we talk about maybe the kings or the queens that I would love to have a conversation with, okay? And the questions that I may have. And it is always a fun time with you people here on TikTok and YouTube, because you get to send a comment, okay? You get to like the live, you get to share the live, okay? So if you guys have any comments, you may have a question about something, let the queen know. I am always here and open to listen to your questions, your comments, your concerns. And if you know a person, you know a king or a queen who needs this information, because I think everybody want to know how to save money on their grocery bill. I think everybody want to know how to save money while traveling. I think everybody want to know a little bit of dating tips and tricks. And I think everybody is nosy. Everybody want to be in somebody's business. They want to know what's going on. Okay. That's why we have the news. The news is for nosy people. If anybody watches the news every day, then baby, you nosy. If anybody got done downloaded the police scanner app and you know what's going on in your neighborhood, baby, you nosy. And it ain't nothing wrong with being nosy, okay? That just means you like to have all of the knowledge. You're not leaving nothing on the table. You wants to have it all. That's all that means. And it's nothing wrong with that. But I am going to sign off here. I hope you guys enjoyed the time that was had with me, because I enjoyed the time that was had with y'all. So I will see you, kings and queens, next Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And that is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so you got to know your numbers. Okay, all right. See you guys next week. Peace out always. Peace and blessings and prosperity. Thank you all for joining me here on YouTube as well. My YouTubers on my YouTube channel, make sure we are subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. Okay. So good night and enjoy your weekend. Mother, I am going to call you because you did call me when I was on the live, and that's why I didn't answer.